Senator McGee.
And I'm going to give a few of these to a few other folks who work this sucker pretty well.
Senator McGee.
How are you?
Just started.
Okay, happy Sunday. Would you like to say a word?
Oh, I just want to say thank you to everybody, especially to Pat, who pushed a lot for this bill to be signed today by the governor. Thank you to Senator McGee also, I believe. I'm representing the Congolese community of Massachusetts. This is a big step for us as Congolese. This is gonna make a big difference in the lives of Congolese people who are fighting, who are suffering, who are dying because they are asking for their rights. And just because Congo is such a rich country, we have minerals, but we are poor because our minerals are being exploited for a few, and the Congolese people is suffering. So thank you to the state of Massachusetts for signing this bill. Thank you, Governor Baker. It's going to make a difference in our lives. Thank you, everybody.
Well, I would just also like to thank everyone who had a hand in this bill. And there have been a lot of people over the past almost 6 years. It is a proud day to be a citizen of the state of Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And this is just one more step that Massachusetts has taken in bringing human rights to the fore, international human rights issues, and we just are really, really grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mayor?
Governor Baker, Mayor Walsh, this is really a wonderful opportunity. Back in 2011, when Pat and Kelly reached out to me, I was right here because this is a worker rights, human rights bill. This is really going to go far because I always thought it was very important that we in Massachusetts did not participate in the oppression of other folks, even if those folks did not live in this country. We had to be very intentional about standing up for people all over the world. So thank you so much for taking this bold step, and thank you so much to Pat and Kelly, and for the Senate and the House for stepping up. Mayor Walsh, you've always been out front. Representative Rushing, so thank you very much. This is a proud day and something to really celebrate. Thank you so much.
Would you like to say something?
Well, it's our bill. You want to
The
Senator.
Do it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to thank Congo Action Now for, first of all, educating us in the legislature. Congo at first, our former colleague, now Mayor Walsh, was working with Congo Action Now, and they came to the Caucus on Women Legislators and blew our minds with opened us to what was happening in the Congo, especially to women. And we were really moved, and so we embraced this legislation that they brought to us. And I'm so proud to work with Senator McGee and with Leader Rushing. And so proud of you, Mr. Governor, for signing this bill, because I agree Massachusetts has to always stand for human rights here and everywhere in the world.
Thank you. Senator?
Thank you, Representative. And I want to thank everyone that was involved in educating us and really working hard to make sure that we could get this bill to your desk. And I want to thank you for signing it. And we really can make a difference in human rights around the world. We talk about it every day, but this really can make a difference, and it's changing the opportunity for people in the Congo. And I know it's a great day for Massachusetts, and I want to thank everyone that was involved, Mayor Walsh, members of the legislature that worked with us, and it's a great day to have you sign it here today, Governor. So
Thank you.
it's a great day for Massachusetts.
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you. I just want to, first of all, commend the governor and the legislature for getting this done. Back in 2000, actually might have been before 2011, when Pat came to me with a group. My office is behind me, Pamela and Mary Ann and Linda and Krista, who actually adopted this bill. In the first term, we got it out of the House. Second term, we got it into the Conference Committee, and we weren't able to move it along, but never giving up this bill. For the reporters here, look up the issue and write about it, and look at what's happening here in the Congo with women. There's a documentary that HBO did, and I remember when Pat came to my house, she left a VCR tape on my desk, and I went home. It was on my desk coffee table for about a month, and one night I threw it in the VCR at the time, and there was a woman in the documentary. She was in her late 70s, and she was talking about being raped a few years before that. And to me, it was about these conflict minerals, and it meant an awful lot personally. And when this bill got through the legislature, obviously the governor was going to sign it. I called him up and said, "Gov, I'd like you to do something a little special here today, because the people behind you and the Congolese community who couldn't be here today have worked extremely hard to bring justice to the Congo." And this step here in Massachusetts, something has been done in the federal government already, but what this does is reaffirms what's happening in the federal government. And really, as Massachusetts, as an innovator, technology, what's happens here by this bill being signed today does put a spotlight. So I am proud, too, to be somebody from Massachusetts, the legislature, but also to be American, that we still stick up for people. So thank you.
The leader and the senator, if you folks want to say anything.
I just want to point out to all of the advocates, but especially the advocates who are from the Congo, and that how important it is to understand that we in Massachusetts appreciate this work, and that people from other countries, especially people from other countries where there are dastardly things happening, should feel free to understand that we will be willing to do as much as we can to bring to everyone's knowledge, especially our fellow citizens in Massachusetts, the places in this country where refugees come from and why they come.
I just want to thank all involved in bringing this issue to light early on. I've been here for just a short time. I want to thank Congo Now for coming up and informing me about this issue and opening my eyes to the human rights violations and things that are going on in the nation of the Congo. And it's so important that I want to thank the legislature, Mayor Walsh, former representative who led the issue, and those that have taken up the issue since, and of course Senator McGee in the Senate, to bring this issue to light. And again, Massachusetts leads the nation and leads on in the issues of human rights. And it's just wonderful to see, and so happy. Thanks to the governor for signing it and letting me be part of it today. Thank you.
I'm just gonna, there's not really much to say because it's all been said. Everybody just hasn't said it yet. All I would add to this is that this was an issue that was raised by the folks from Congo Now. It's something that has been discussed here on Beacon Hill for several years. As was pointed out, the federal government was an early mover on this. There are still a bunch of other states who could come on board, and the opportunity associated with coming on board is twofold. Number one, you raise visibility around this issue, which is an issue that deserves visibility, and the second is you aren't participating in supporting an economic model that we can all view with a certain amount of disgust and dismay. And I'm very pleased to have been able to sign this legislation, and I'll tell you something, I very rarely hear from the mayor of Boston on issues that aren't directly related to the city of Boston. I hear from him a lot on issues that are directly to the city of Boston, but he called me about this as it was moving through the final chapters of the legislature and said this is really important, and you deserve and they deserve to have an opportunity to have this issue raised and to have people understand why this was important, why we're signing it, and why we believe it's important to speak publicly about why we're signing it to the people of Massachusetts. So thank you all very much, and congratulations.